Kia ora! Welcome back to 7th Bliss. And if you're new here, this is a visual storybook of bliss, a creative soul who documents her life, art, and well, bliss. This is another chapter. Shall we begin? Kia ora! Welcome back to my channel. I am going to do another painting episode, and I am going to paint another scenery of the Botanic Garden. If you have watched the previous episode, I actually have a new easel, which I am very excited to use. Today, I think that is a good chance to use it and try it for the very first time. So I hope you will join me until the end. Along with my new easel, I'll be using my new Fabriano pad too. It feels nice to touch. I am happy with its thickness and texture. Trying my new white gouache as well. The consistency is immaculate. And finally, testing my new set of brushes too. Starting with this one, the number 6 Taklon round brush. The Christchurch Botanic Garden is packed with a handful of charming corners which I'd love to paint. One of my favorite is the Curators House, surrounded by lush nature. There is a lawn in front, manicured hedge, and beds of colorful blooms. On one gloomy day of early winter, I visited the garden once more. Reminiscent of fall season are still on the last few copper leaves clinging on the branches, but most of the trees has already shed their crowning glory, revealing bare branches and fine twigs. Nature giving us the glimpse of their skeleton and veins. The Curators House is actually a restaurant. This film is not in any way sponsored, nor I am paid to advertise them. As an artist and an architect at the same time, I simply admire its rustic old cottage vibe. An English revival architecture, intricately decorated by combinations of timber, masonry, and natural stones. The structure's facade textures creates a charming and fairy tale-ish contrast to the foliage and flora surrounding it. If chances would allow, I'd love to spend an afternoon tea or coffee in its alfresco seating under those big umbrellas. I can only imagine the golden rays of sunshine touching my skin whilst the cool breeze of winter gently brushing my hair and face. A cup of hot coffee clasped in hands, with its aroma spiraling up in a plume of steam like a thin silvery substance in a pensieve. I can't ascertain whether this is a feeling of being under a spell or poetry. According to what I have gathered, the structure was originally home to several curators of the Botanic Garden until the 1980s, thus the name the Curators House. It was then developed into a restaurant and opened in year 2000, which serves authentic Spanish cuisine, paying homage to the owner's home country of Spain. The building is over 100 years old and is considered as one of Christchurch's heritage buildings. I'd like to believe some of the ingredients used and served in the restaurant are grown from the vegetable garden found at the south side of the house. The public can actually access the area and are welcome to view the garden. Kia ora! The sun is finally up today, so I took this chance to go back to the Botanic Garden to paint the finishing touches of my painting and also to show you around. I've been meaning to visit the place again before finishing the painting, but the weather hasn't been friendly for an outdoor painting session lately. Thus, when I saw the weather forecast that it's going to be sunny, I cheerfully packed my new easel, paint and brushes. Good thing the spot where I took my painting reference was empty. Hence, I spread my tiny checkered picnic mat, pulled out my colors and brush, and completed the last touches to my painting. Apparently, the autumn leaves I saw last time were now gone, but the winter blooms have significantly multiplied, which is very beautiful. My heart fluttered in a tiny dance when I finally took out the tapes of my mini painting. Holding the finished piece in my hands whilst standing in front of the actual place is surreal. I felt a lump of pride in my chest. I was delighted, verily delighted. I wish you enjoyed this chapter of my collective bliss. See you again next week, and I hope you don't miss.